Africa. The very name evokes a sense of wonder, of ancient history and vibrant cultures. It's a continent teeming with life, a kaleidoscope of languages, landscapes and traditions. Yet, beneath this rich tapestry lies a story of untapped potential, a narrative waiting to be fully written. For too long, Africa has been defined by the challenges it faces: poverty, conflict, corruption. But what if we shifted our focus? What if we dared to dream of an empowered Africa, a continent where every individual has the opportunity to thrive? Picture bustling cities powered by innovation, where technology is harnessed to solve local problems and create opportunities for all. This is the African dream, a vision of a continent where potential is met with opportunity and where hope fuels progress. Across the continent, a new generation is rising. A generation of entrepreneurs, activists, and innovators determined to rewrite Africa's story. But what does empowerment truly mean in the African context? It's about more than just economic growth or political stability. It's about creating a society where every individual has the power to shape their own destiny, to access opportunities, and to have their voices heard. It's about breaking free from the shackles of history, from the legacies of colonialism and exploitation.
Political empowerment means establishing transparent and accountable governance, where leaders are truly answerable to the people they serve. It means ensuring free and fair elections, where every citizen has the right to participate in the political process.
Economic empowerment is about creating an environment where businesses can thrive, where entrepreneurship is encouraged, and where everyone has access to decent work opportunities. It means investing in education and skills development, equipping young people with the tools they need to succeed in the 21st century economy.
The journey towards a truly empowered Africa will be long and challenging, but it is a journey we must undertake together. It requires a collective effort, a shared commitment to progress from all segments of society, governments, businesses, civil society, and individuals alike. It's about recognizing that we all have a stake in Africa's success, and that our actions, however small, can contribute to building a brighter future for the continent. This essay is a call to action, an invitation to join this crucial conversation. We'll explore the systemic issues that continue to hinder progress, from corruption and inequality to climate change and conflict. The echoes of history reverberate loudly in Africa. The continent bears the scars of colonialism, a brutal system that exploited its resources, fractured its societies, and left a legacy of economic dependence and political instability. We cannot talk about empowerment without acknowledging this historical baggage, the deep-rooted systems that continue to shape Africa's present. Colonial powers carved up the continent with little regard for existing ethnic or cultural boundaries, sowing seeds of division that continue to fuel conflict today. They imposed economic models designed to extract wealth for the benefit of the colonizers, leaving African nations ill-equipped to compete in the global marketplace.
But colonialism's most insidious impact was perhaps on the African psyche. By systematically devaluing African cultures, languages, and knowledge systems, colonial powers instilled a sense of inferiority that continues to undermine self-belief and hinder progress.
Corruption is a cancer that eats away at the fabric of society. In Africa, it takes on many forms, from petty bribery to grand-scale looting of state resources. It's a corrosive force that undermines governance, erodes public trust, and stifles economic growth.
For every dollar siphoned off into offshore accounts, a school remains unbuilt, a hospital under-equipped, a community deprived of vital services. Corruption thrives in environments where institutions are weak, accountability is lacking, and the rule of law is applied selectively.
It creates a vicious cycle, where those in power enrich themselves at the expense of the many, further entrenching inequality and fueling social unrest. The fight against corruption is not just about punishing wrongdoers, it's about building strong institutions, promoting transparency and accountability, and fostering a culture of integrity at all levels of society.
It demands political will from leaders who are committed to serving the people, not lining their own pockets.
Africa is a continent of stark contrasts. While pockets of prosperity gleam in some cities, vast swathes of the population remain trapped in poverty. The gap between rich and poor is widening, creating a society divided along economic fault lines.
This inequality is not just morally wrong, it's a recipe for instability, fueling social unrest, crime, and conflict. The roots of inequality run deep, intertwined with historical injustices, systemic discrimination, and unequal access to opportunities.
Land ownership, a key determinant of wealth in many African countries, is often skewed in favor of elites, while marginalized communities are denied access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities.
Addressing inequality requires a multi-pronged approach that tackles its root causes. It requires investing in quality education and healthcare for all, creating a level playing field where everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential.
The climate crisis is not a distant threat for Africa. It's a present reality with devastating consequences. From prolonged droughts to catastrophic floods, the continent is on the front lines of a changing climate, bearing the brunt of a problem it did little to create. This environmental injustice threatens to unravel hard-won development gains and push millions further into poverty.
Africa's reliance on rain-fed agriculture makes it particularly vulnerable to changing weather patterns. Erratic rainfall and prolonged droughts decimate crops, leading to food insecurity, malnutrition, and displacement.
The fight against climate change is not just an environmental imperative for Africa, it's a fight for its very survival. While Africa contributes the least to global greenhouse gas emissions, it's disproportionately impacted by the consequences.
This demands a global response, with developed nations fulfilling their commitments to provide financial and technological assistance to help African countries adapt to climate change and transition to more sustainable development pathways.
Across Africa, a yearning for strong visionary leadership echoes through the streets and villages. People are tired of empty promises, of leaders who prioritize personal enrichment over the collective good. They crave leaders who are accountable, who prioritize good governance, and who have the courage to make tough decisions that benefit the many, not just the few.
Too often, political leadership in Africa has been characterized by corruption, nepotism, and a lack of accountability. Leaders have failed to deliver on their promises of economic prosperity, social justice, and political reform.
The time for rhetoric is over. What Africa needs now is action, a new generation of leaders who are committed to serving the people and building a better future for all. True leadership is not about clinging to power, but about empowering others. It's about creating a vision for the future and inspiring others to believe in it. Education. It's the key that unlocks potential, the engine that drives progress, the foundation upon which empowered societies are built. In Africa, where a young population brims with talent and ambition, investing in education is not just a moral imperative, it's an economic necessity.
Imagine classrooms buzzing with curious minds, equipped with the tools and knowledge to navigate the 21st century. Imagine young girls and boys, no matter their background, empowered to dream big and pursue their passions.
But access alone is not enough. We need to rethink education systems still shackled to colonial models, designed to churn out obedient workers rather than critical thinkers and innovators. Empowerment doesn't happen by chance. It requires a conducive environment, a level playing field where opportunity flourishes and the rules of the game are fair. This is where smart, forward-thinking policy comes in, creating the scaffolding upon which individuals and businesses can thrive.
Think of policies that incentivize investment, not just from outside, but from within Africa itself. Policies that cut bureaucratic red tape, making it easier for entrepreneurs to start businesses and create jobs.
But it goes beyond economics. We need policies that promote good governance, transparency and accountability, rooting out the cancer of corruption that has held Africa back for too long. Policies that empower women, recognizing that when women thrive, entire societies benefit. Section 3. The power of the people, grassroots movements driving change. Empowerment isn't a top-down phenomenon. It's fueled by the collective energy, creativity and resilience of ordinary people, coming together to demand better for themselves and their communities.
Across Africa, a wave of grassroots movements is rising, challenging the status quo and driving change from the bottom up. Imagine communities taking charge of their own destinies, identifying local solutions to local problems. Picture young activists leveraging technology to mobilize citizens, hold leaders accountable, and demand transparency.
This is the power of collective action, the understanding that change rarely comes easy, but that together, united by a common purpose, ordinary people can achieve extraordinary things. Section 4. Rwanda's rise, a beacon of hope from the ashes. From the depths of unimaginable tragedy, Rwanda has emerged as a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human will. A beacon of hope for a continent too often defined by its struggles.
Recovering from the horrific genocide of 1994, Rwanda has defied the odds, transforming itself into a model of progress and reconciliation. Imagine a nation just a few decades ago on the brink of collapse, now boasting one of the fastest-growing economies in Africa.
Picture streets clean and safe, a testament to good governance and zero tolerance for corruption. Envision a society where women hold a majority in parliament, a shining example of gender equality in action.
Rwanda's story is not without its complexities, but its remarkable transformation offers valuable lessons for other African nations.
Section 5. Botswana's success diamonds, democracy and development. Botswana, a landlocked nation in southern Africa, once known for its vast arid landscapes, has crafted a remarkable success story, defying the resource curse that has plagued many other diamond-rich nations.
Through a combination of prudent economic management, good governance and a commitment to democracy, Botswana has transformed itself into one of Africa's most stable and prosperous countries. Imagine a nation that has effectively harnessed its natural resource wealth to fuel development, investing in education, healthcare and infrastructure.
Picture a country where democracy has taken root, with regular elections, a vibrant civil society and a free press holding leaders accountable. Envision a society that has made significant strides in combating HIV/AIDS, once a devastating epidemic, through a comprehensive and compassionate public health response.
Botswana's success story is a testament to the power of long-term vision, of investing in human capital, and of building strong institutions that are resilient to corruption and abuse of power.
We've journeyed through the complexities of Africa's story. We've confronted the weight of history, the challenges of corruption and inequality, the looming threat of climate change. But amidst these hurdles, we've also witnessed sparks of hope, inspiring examples of resilience, innovation, and the power of human agency.
What kind of Africa do we want to create together? An Africa defined by dependence, or one that stands tall, charting its own course? An Africa where prosperity is shared, where every citizen thrives? An Africa where the young drive progress? For decades, the narrative of Africa has been intertwined with aid, with images of starving children and pleas for international assistance dominating headlines. While well-intentioned, this aid-dependent model has often failed to address the root causes of poverty and, in some cases, has even exacerbated dependency.
Imagine a paradigm shift where aid is no longer seen as a handout but as a catalyst for sustainable development. Imagine investments that empower local communities, build capacity from within, and foster self-reliance. Imagine partnerships based on mutual respect, where African voices are heard and solutions are driven by local knowledge and expertise.
This is not about rejecting aid outright, but about demanding a new approach. One that moves beyond short-term fixes and empowers Africans to take control of their own destinies. It's about recognizing that true development comes from within, from unleashing the potential of Africa's people and harnessing their ingenuity to drive progress. The journey towards a brighter future for Africa may seem daunting. The challenge is immense. But remember, every great movement, every revolution, every leap forward begins with the actions of individuals, each playing their part to create a wave of change.
What can you do right now to contribute to this movement for an empowered Africa? It doesn't require grand gestures or superheroic feats. It starts with small, deliberate actions, amplified by the collective power of millions.
Educate yourself about the issues facing Africa, moving beyond simplistic narratives and stereotypes. Support organizations working on the ground, amplifying their impact through your contributions or volunteering your time and skills. Challenge injustice and inequality wherever you see it, speaking out against racism, discrimination, and the exploitation of Africa's resources. For too long, Africa has been relegated to the sidelines of global decision-making, its voice muted, its concerns overlooked.
This must change.
As a continent with a young and growing population, abundant resources, and a vibrant cultural tapestry, Africa has a crucial role to play in shaping the global agenda.
Imagine an Africa that is no longer content to be a passive recipient of global policies, but actively shapes them.
Imagine African leaders taking their rightful place on the world stage, advocating for the continent's interests in international forums.
Imagine a world where Africa's experiences, innovations, and perspectives enrich global conversations on climate change, technology, and sustainable development.
This requires a shift in mindset, both within Africa and beyond.
It demands that African nations invest in diplomacy, build strong institutions, and present a united front on issues of shared concern.
It requires that the international community recognizes Africa's agency, respects its sovereignty, and engages with the continent as an equal partner in shaping a more just and sustainable future. Section 5, the time is now. A call to action for a brighter future. The time for action is now. The journey towards a truly empowered Africa requires all of us. Let us harness the indomitable spirit of Africa and its boundless potential. This is a call to action for an empowered Africa. Weaving a brighter future for Africa. We've journeyed together from the shores of history to the frontiers of hope, confronting stark realities, echoes of exploitation, and the grip of corruption. But we haven't just lingered in the shadows. We've sought out the light, the flickers of resilience. Education ignites minds and illuminates paths. Policy reforms create fertile ground for opportunity. Grassroots movements inspire extraordinary change. Rwanda, rising from genocide to progress. Botswana, democracy fueling development. Transformation is a choice we make every day. Section 2, a call to action, your voice, your Africa. Africa's story is not a passive narrative. It's a tapestry woven by the hands of its people, a symphony played out on a continental stage. And you, my friend, are an integral part of this grand orchestra. Your voice, your actions, your commitment, however small they may seem, contribute to the melody of change. Don't underestimate the power you hold. Educate yourself. Challenge the stereotypes. Support organizations making a real difference on the ground. Use your voice to amplify the stories of hope, the triumphs over adversity, the innovations that are changing the game. Remember, change rarely happens in giant leaps. It's the accumulation of small steps, each one moving us closer to the destination. Choose to be an agent of progress. Choose to challenge apathy. Choose to be a voice for an empowered Africa. Together, we rise towards an empowered Africa. The African dream is a collaborative masterpiece, a symphony of millions of voices. It's time to break free from cynicism and doubt. Let us together rewrite the narrative. Let us paint a picture of Africa's true potential. Let us build bridges of understanding. The journey ahead will have challenges. There will be setbacks and moments of doubt, but let us face these obstacles with resilience. Let us draw strength from our shared humanity. The time for an empowered Africa is now. Let's make it happen together.